door slammed shut behind me, making me jump. Oh, shit. I didn't ask for this. Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to In Blood. We are here following Brenton up the tower. And, hoping to find a book. A book that I don't know much about. Oh, I thought we were gonna literally be on top of like an open tower, not inside of like the top of the tower. This place looks way nicer than mine, as it's like more cluttered than mine. It looks more lived in. I stepped into a cluttered mess. The room had stacks of stuff everywhere. It was ridiculous. I glanced over at Brenton, but he wasn't reacting as if this was a shock. I had no idea how I was going to find a book in all of this junk. Just looking at it all made my skin itchy. The walls were littered with holes that had glimpses of the sky. There were scorch marks scattered around.
If you want to just sit.
He knocked some stuff onto the floor and a chair appeared.
Right here. I'll see if I can dig something out.
I sat. Honestly, I needed to sit down. The room was making me a bit queasy. It didn't smell bad, but I actually felt warmer and drier than the rest of the mansion. There was just so much stuff. He knocked some stuff around and then brought me a few books, each differently sized. I took them when he handed them to me. One looked like a cookbook for cakes and pies in another language. Then a dictionary with a sizable chunk of pages missing. Last one was a kid's book about some pigs and a wolf. These aren't really going to help.
I can keep looking.
How? How would you find anything in this place?
I know it's a bit of a mess right now.
Where do you sleep?
There.
He pointed at a pile of blankets in the center. There was a bed there. If I looked hard enough, I just shook my head. He cleared his throat.
I can't help it.
He spread his arms out.
I'm a dragon. It's just my nature.
Your nature to be clutty? Dragon.
I know I look human right now.
Your head is on fire. That doesn't look human. Not to mention the horns.
I know this place is hard for new worshippers.
That word again. I don't like it.
Why?
I stood up. I had intended to pace, but there wasn't space for it. I don't like any of this. I just want to go home.
Oh.
He took a step closer, towering over me. His body radiated a lot of heat, actually.
I know it's hard. But if you're careful, you can go home when the deal is over, right? So why not just relax?
I know he's trying to comfort me, but I do not feel comforted at all. If I'm careful...
You know, don't die. Stay in the mansion. Don't piss off Nyarbalte. Or Eris.
Are you guys willingly staying here? That's my question. Like, are they just willingly staying here on their own? Or, like, do they have deals as well and they're just, like, still working on it?
Maybe stay away from the others.
Oh, sure. I'll just sit around for a few years.
It might not be so bad.
He didn't hear my sarcasm. He grinned at me. He really just didn't get it at all, did he? How thick can a guy be? He was sort of trying to be helpful, though, I think. Ask to search for books on your own. Try to explain it to him. Storm out. Can I look for the books on my own? Oh, negative with Brenton. I really didn't have time for this. Why don't I just dig around and see if I can find more books myself? He frowned and then stepped away from me. I don't even care. You're not the guy I'm going for anyway. I was ready to start digging through the piles when a heavy hand fell on my shoulder.
No.
Why? I won't hurt anything.
No.
Whoa, okay. I started to protest, but was quickly ushered towards the door. Wait! The door was slammed in my face. I guess he had issues with people going through his things. I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling I should just leave. I walked down the winding steps until I got back down to the hallway. Before I could think about what to do next, I noticed KARON exiting my bedroom carrying the bottle of wine Eris had set out for me. Ahem. He only smirked at me and didn't look at all embarrassed at being caught.
You want it, human? Come and get it.
I don't have time for this. He uncorked it and took a swig. Oh my god. While swaying suggestively and walking backwards. Dude, I'm killing him right now. It might have been sexy if he didn't stumble to find the door he wanted. I have a name. It's Ellie. Stop calling me human. He didn't react to what I had said. Instead, opened the door and vanished behind it. Oh, there goes my bottle of wine. He left the door slightly ajar. I shrugged and started to walk back to my own room. If I needed a drink later, I could just ask Eris, I suppose. But Brenton has said that Karen slept in the library. Karen had practically invited me, but I was sure I wanted to follow that. But was I sure I wanted to follow that guy into his strange room? Sure, why not? I took a hesitant step towards the door Karen had stepped through. The books were in there. I had to do it. Just do it and don't think about it. I pushed her door open. The rest of the hinges groaned in protest. Oh, it's much nicer in here. I took a few steps inside when the door slammed shut behind me, making me jump. Oh, shit. I didn't ask for this. I have fallen into his trap.
Hello.
Hi. I don't like this. He stood with a bottle of wine gripped in his hand. His other hand held the door shut behind me. Had he been standing there waiting for me? I swallowed and tried not to appear nervous, even if the way he was looking at me made my skin crawl. Why was it different here? Now? He smiled and moved closer, putting space between me and the door.
So good of you to visit me.
So close. He held my bottle out to me and waved it slightly. I could hear the liquid inside slosh around. It felt like there was a haze enveloping me, and I was struggling to remember why I had even come in here. Uh-oh. Karen,
Go on. Take a sip.
He put it to my lips, lifting gently. I moved my arm to push it away, but then took the bottle from him and drank from
That's good. Now, what does it taste like?
Yo, wait, what? What's happening? It didn't taste like any wine I had ever had before, including the time I had drank from this very bottle earlier. What is this? He grinned and answered simply.
Wine.
He reached out to me and ran his thumb over my lower lip, then brought his thumb to his mouth and licked it.
Not even the really, really good stuff. Eris buries that out back somewhere, I think.
What the fuck did he just do to my lips? I feel violated. Wine. He urged me to take another drink, so I did. Uh-oh. It was making me feel warm. It was really cozy in this room, not like any other room I had been in.
Come over here. Don't you think standing is just too much effort?
No, I'm good. I shouldn't have came in here. I feel it's one thing that this seems like a suggestive theme, but it's another thing when there's actual voice actors. He led me deeper into the library. The lights danced around the room as the flames of the candles flickered. There was a lit fireplace. Maybe that's where the warmth was coming from. I mean, I have a fireplace in my room too and it doesn't feel as warm. Karen? I wasn't sure what I wanted to ask him. I had come in here for a reason. I just couldn't quite remember it right now.
Shh. Sit down with me. Take another drink.
Fuck no, dude. He reclined against a large sofa that sagged with his weight. There were pillows and blankets lined up for comfort all over the room. He pushed them aside so that I could sit beside him. I started to sit, but no. Wait. I came in here. He took my hand and pushed a bottle of wine into it.
Drink with me. It's really good wine, right?
I'm not an alcoholic. My main character became an alcoholic. I nodded and took another drink. Normally I could hold my liquor, but this stuff was going straight to my head. I felt so heavy, so I sat down beside him. The sofa seemed to want to swallow me. It was so soft. Karen was watching me, so I handed back the bottle to draw attention away from myself. I was uncomfortable when he looked at me so intently. He took a deep drink and then set the bottle down. He leaned closer to me, placing a hand against my cheek. This wasn't right, but...
You poor human. You don't like it here, do you?
He's taking advantage of us while we're vulnerable. I hate this. No. He saw right through me. He knew my thoughts and my secrets. I could trust him. I should trust him. No, what? No, what?
I can make your stay here very comfortable, if you'll let me.
911? Officer. Comfortable. My girl's in a daze, dude. I didn't even notice she had a cute little, cup pen here. He nodded.
I'll help you, and in return, you can help me. You wouldn't mind that, would you?
What? What am I helping you with? No, I'll help you. She's drunk, dude. I would help him. I had to help him. Anything he wanted.
Next time you see Eris, I want you to tell that...
Tell me what?
Uh-oh. The fog around the room of my mind seemed to drop with a cold splash of water. I jumped up, feeling caught and confused.
Damn it!
Karen, how many times do I have to tell you to stop trying to enchant the worshippers?
Enchant? I felt my head was starting to hurt. I looked down at Karen, who only grinned at me. Had he been trying to... I touched my cheek. Where his hand had just been. What had he been planning to do? I snatched a wine bottle from where he put it and prepared to hit him with it. Threw it at the wall. Hand it to him. Why the fuck would I do that? I'm not gonna throw it at I'm gonna hit him. Plus wild. I lifted it high and prepared to bring it down onto his skull as hard as I could. Nope. Negative on Karen. I don't give a shit. Karen's kind of too creepy for me. But Eris stopped me by pulling it out of my grasp. Karen scowled at me, but it didn't say or do anything. Eris grabbed my elbow and tugged it, clearly wanting me to follow. I glared at Karen. He had some serious nerve. The bastard didn't even look upset. He didn't object as Eris practically pulled me back out into the hall. As fresh air began to hit my lungs, I suddenly remembered I had wanted to look for a book. The door was shut. There had been books, though. Lots of them. Damn it.
You need to be more careful. I'm not going to be able to help you out all the time. Don't let your guard down here.
Where are you? What are you so busy doing, though? I didn't say anything. I didn't trust myself to speak. I was too angry. They glanced over at my door and spoke.
Your dinner is in there.
Then they left. I watched them leave. Their steps were light and graceful. I was thankful Eris had stopped Karen, but at the same time was furious that I was here at all. There was nothing left to do right now, and eating might help clear my head. I opened my door and stepped into what had become my room. I stepped through the door and saw a plate of simple food laid out. I approached the table, falling heavily into a small chair. It was a chunk of bread and a large bowl of stew. The bread felt rough, as if homemade. I took a few sips of the soup and it was edible. It might have been good, but it was as if I had lost my taste buds. I was too stressed, scared, and focused on finding an escape to notice any kind of flavor. Karen must have taken the older bottle of wine because there was a new one set out for me. I filled a glass and took a careful drink. It was weak and nothing like what I had in Karen's room, or drank in Karen's room. I actually felt a bit disappointed. There was something about the wine Karen had given me that lingered. The food was almost gone when the door creaked open. Seta stepped through and quickly shut it behind her. Care to knock next time?
I saw you come out of the library. Did you get the book?
No, bitch. No, I did not. I scowled, and the food I had just eaten suddenly felt like a cold, sour weight in my gut. Why don't we just stop these games and you tell me exactly what I'm supposed to be looking for? Seta grinned and moved closer to me, almost seeming to climb.
You get more flies with honey, you know?
What? Try to be nice, tell her off. She hasn't... I don't know. We're already being mean to Karen. Let's be nice to her. I took a deep breath and tried to speak tactfully. It would be easier for me to find the book if you would just help me.
That's better, I guess. There is an unmarked leather-bound book of rituals. It's very, very old and handwritten. It should be in the library.
I sighed heavily. It was one thing to look for a specific book, but something like that? If it didn't have any outward markings, how would I identify it? A better question is, why was Seta telling me any of this to begin with? And why is she not finding it herself? I don't understand. But this is where I'm going to end today's episode off. I just really want to go back to Tristan, because at least I feel more comfortable with him compared to everybody else. Well, minus Eris. Eris is cool too. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.